Well, hello everybody. As I mentioned before in the last video, I was going to give you a little bit of an update on how the procedure went. But the last video I made, it was just kind of a quick impromptu, hey, I'm back home, let everybody know I'm okay. But you really couldn't, because of my voice being the way it was, I couldn't go very long with it. So this is just a little bit longer video, but it's not going to go too terribly long. So yeah, surgery went very well. Friday, got there, had to be there at 9 o'clock in the morning for a 10:30 start time. Get to the surgery center, Sabrina drops me off. Those that don't know, Sabrina's my wife, sorry. So Sabrina drops me off at the surgery center, and I go inside. She couldn't come in because of coronavirus and everything like that. They take my temperature, bring me in, take my weight, take my vitals, and then give me some medicine to take. The medicine that they had given me was some Tylenol, sublingual Zofran to help with nausea, a pill called Amend to help with nausea, a B12 shot in the left arm, and a heparin shot in the stomach. The heparin was to help with making sure you don't get blood clots. Along with that, they also gave me these nice little leg massagers that are like souped up blood pressure cuffs. You turn them on when you're sitting down, going to sleep, whatever, and they'll inflate and deflate to help massage your legs, and it's making sure that you don't get blood clots and things that could be really bad on you. But anyway, so like I said, got there, did all that. They gave me my nice little fashionable gown, dress, whatever you want to call it, to put on to go have surgery. Then they said I was the first patient they used this on. They brought out the trimmer to shave my stomach. I'm not hairy by no means, but of course they got to shave what they're doing. And they were doing an in-service and got this little thing that looks like a Flowbee. So it's got a vacuum cleaner hooked up to this little bitty trimmer, and they were shaving my belly. So I was a guinea pig for that. But yeah, they brought that out. They shaved my stomach, hooked up the IV, and then I just kind of sat in the room for a little bit waiting for the patient before mine to get done. When that patient was done, the anesthesiologist came in. She talked to me. We talked about nausea. She asked me if I had had any problems with previous surgeries. I told her I had. So she asked me, did I want a patch, one of those motion sickness patches that go behind your ear. I was all for that. I told her anything that might help it to where I don't get sick. So definitely between the Amend, the Zofran, and the motion sickness patch, yeah, I did not have a single bout of nausea with this whole process. She did all that. She left. A little while later, Dr. Hart came in, talked to me. He was in a good mood. He was cracking jokes with me. It was pretty funny. Yeah, then when he left, short time later, they came to wheel me on in, brought me into the operating room to do the procedure. They got me on the bed, strapped me down with my arms off to my side, almost like a crucifix. Strapped me down, and then gave me the propofol to go to sleep. And apparently when I was asleep, they put the breathing tube in my throat to help also pump gas in there that would keep me asleep. Yeah, the next thing I know, I'm waking up in recovery, and the recovery room nurse, her name's Sam, was in there telling me that whenever I was ready, she could get me up and walking around, which was a blessing. If you're having this procedure done, as soon as you are able to, get up and walk around. They have to pump. If you don't know much about this procedure, we'll talk about it later on, another video, what exactly takes place. But what they do is they pump your abdomen full of gas so that they can see around, work around with what they're doing. And although most of the gas does leave when they're done, you still have some left over in your abdomen. And it hurts. If you've got that gas pain in there, it hurts. So walking around helped bust up those bubbles immensely to where, of course, they're telling you belch, do whatever you can to get those gas bubbles gone. but then it'll eventually absorb into your system, but the pain meds don't touch it. You pretty much just got to walk, drink fluids, and then belch it up. That's how you have to get rid of this stuff. So it was kind of comical, all the different recovery bays, you're hearing a lot of belching going on, and then you hear from the nurse's station, you hear, great job, and they're complimenting you on belching. It seemed a little weird. But anyway, so they got me up, got me walking around, and what they wanted me to do was walk 3 laps inside the little recovery area. I finished the 3rd lap, asked her could I keep going. I ended up finishing 2 or 3 more when she asked me to sit down so she could take my vitals again. She takes my vitals again, and as soon as she takes my vitals again and she gives me some ice chips and some water, I ask her, can I get back up and go walk some more? And I ended up doing another 3-4 laps in there. As soon as I did that, she was like, yeah, we're good. And they called Sabrina, told her they were going to be bringing me out in the next 5-10 minutes. So that's pretty much the extent of the surgery. We left there. We went back to the hotel. So I get to the surgery center at 9 a.m. for a 10:30 start time. 11:40 they're done with my procedure, and at 1:40 I'm back in the hotel. So yeah, it was quick. Didn't have any problems with it. Got in the hotel. I would get up periodically, go walk around, help bust up those gas bubbles. Didn't really eat a whole lot that first day back. First day back is just clear liquids, broth, Jello. I think I may have had 2 spoonfuls of Jello and then a bunch of water. But you really don't need much hydration that day because you've had the saline going through you the whole time. But yeah, and then Saturday started the full liquid diet, which was 3 protein shakes a day and 2 liquid snacks. But we're going to talk about, so this video doesn't go too terribly long. We'll talk about all that at another point. But definitely, no problems. I highly recommend the procedure. I highly recommend, if you have the procedure taken, make sure you get up and walk. It's going to help you tremendously. It's going to bust up those gas bubbles, which is going to help a lot. It's a great tool. So far, from the beginning, from when I started the modified liquid diet till this morning, I have now lost over 25 pounds. I am now 333. So yes, 25 pounds in just over 2 weeks. So it's definitely helpful. But yeah, like I said, in future videos, we'll talk about what takes place during vertical sleeve gastrectomy, what made me choose the VSG over the full gastric bypass, the lap band, as well as we'll go over the milkshake, or I say milkshake, but the protein shakes that I use. So just stay tuned and we'll keep it going.